Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and welcome to October. Oh my gosh, it is going to be a month of movement. We are in the eclipse window, and a lot of action is happening starting with October 2nd, the solar eclipse in Libra at 10 degrees. But what I love about this is it will be trining your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, especially if you have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees, affecting you most the closer you get to that 10-degree mark. It starts on the second, but can unfold over the next 6 months to 1 year. And it's also continuing a story that began last October with the first Libra solar eclipse, also conjunct Mercury. This solar eclipse is also conjunct Mercury again, the South Node, Lilith, and a fixed star in the Virgo constellation called Vindi Matrix. The South Node represents past lives. Also, the solar eclipse is at a karmic degree, the 10th degree, which is a Saturn degree, and you are ruled by Saturn as your ancient ruler. The South Node, represents past life. Mercury rules contracts, communication, also people younger than you. In simple terms, last year around this time, someone faded, and maybe somebody younger or with very youthful energy could have come into your life, or with prominent Mercury placements through that ninth house window somehow. It could have had something to do with like higher education, travel, beginning a program like learning foreign language, winning a court case, especially since Mercury was involved then and rules Virgo, your 8th house of settlements and money that you don't earn. To give you a quick example of it, for me, I'm an Aquarius rising at 10 degrees. So I actually won a small legal case that had to do with a car accident where I had been rear-ended. My attorney is an Aries. My South Node is an Aries. Definitely my past life friend who came back to help me for sure. You can see how this plays out. But because because Saturn is sitting in that second house, blocking or slowing your money flow, it can be a little bit less than what you hope for, but you could win nonetheless. And it would be wise to get rid of debts and manage that money well with Saturn, the stern teacher, in your finance zone. Alternatively, you could have started some kind of creative project that involves writing, podcasting, or publishing. Since Gemini, your Gemini 5th house of creativity is also involved, and Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo. Virgo is your 8th house of other people's money. If you wrote a book dealing with that 5th house, it can or will get published. You can find an agent, or maybe they are even a fated person from a past life come back to gift you with good karma in that 9th dharmic house of good luck. If you are offered a contract on a creative project, it's a great time to sign, especially with Mercury solid and going forward. And it may be a lucrative one, as Venus is the depositor of this eclipse. Venus for you rules your 4th Taurus house and is currently in Scorpio, your 10th house. So you could be looking good in the public eye or receiving some kind of positive attention now and in the months that follow, with Venus baked into this position. It's definitely a good time to put yourself out there, apply for jobs, especially if you felt limited with Saturn in your income and banking and self-worth house, the 2nd house. With the North Node in Aries, your 3rd house, it's also a good fated time for travel. You can meet someone new while traveling for career, for example, or even find work or a new job locally. Like you get a position in your local courts, if that's a possibility, as the 9th house rules law and the court system. 3rd house is your local community. Libra is law. If people come in who are new to help you over the next few months, they are most definitely going to be from a past life, with this South Node sitting here in the 9th house. Or travel to a place where you've been in another lifetime and it will feel very familiar to you. Lilith involved here can have you wanting to liberate and empower yourself in 9th house matters. Maybe you want to free yourself from the mundane 9-to-5 job or from day-to-day routines that are bogging you down. And you want to head out into the sunset with your backpack and your eye on the horizon for an adventure. I know I do. Mars moving through that Cancer 6th house most definitely has had you probably like irritated and bogged down with tons of work and home responsibilities that have felt downright oppressive. Right now, and this feeling, I have to say, will continue until next spring, but knowing that can give you the grace and the patience to know this too will pass. We just got to kind of do our job there. The best way to deal with this is plan like little doses of short travel or new cultural experiences. like trying new cultural food or dinner, dinner night out, going to a new cultural event in your community to satisfy that need for the expansion of your higher mind and soul. Just to give you my own personal example, is I'm heading to New York City, which is such a massive cultural mixing pot. So no, it's not in a foreign country, but it's almost like a foreign experience when you go to New York City. I don't foresee being able to travel to foreign shores for a while, which makes me a little bit sad, but it will pass. Going to New York City for a few days, there's so many different new and different experiences and food and culture to be had, which can satisfy the ninth house a little bit. Vindi Matrix is also known as the Widowmaker, the Grape Gatherer. It's in the constellation of Virgo. It's a fixed star tied to the wine gods Dionysus and Bacchus, and it also relates to the liver and to the stomach for obvious reasons. It also was considered a star of separation, but it doesn't have to be that extreme. And I don't see this as a negative for you, as this is forming a trine to your sun, moon, or ascendant. It can mean that you are liberating yourself from an old belief system or thought patterns that have weighed you down, having a new view of yourself or increased self-esteem in the way that you look at yourself. With the 10th house showing you in a beautiful light and the sun shining over your ascendant from the 9th, you could be looking more sexy with that rebel Lilith over there trining you, especially while you're traveling. You could need more space from a partner or your home life now and over the next few months to accomplish some of those goals that you have set for yourself. Vindi Matrix can also give you success in astrology. I just thought I'd throw that out there if you are an astrologer and beginning a business now. Just an FYI, or maybe you're starting a wine business locally or abroad and you get your products locally but from foreign shores. All right, the Grand Water Trine will happen. From your second Pisces house, a bank account, self-esteem, the second house rules your face, mouth, property, immediate family. Trining over to your sixth house of work, diet, health, routines, and your 10th Scorpio house of career, father figures, and reputation. This is a beautiful flow of ease between the money that you make, your day-to-day work, and your reputation in the world. You could secure a better job that changes your title and pays you more. It wouldn't be a huge jump in pay with Saturn sitting there in that second, but you could definitely get a change and maybe a little bump, or a similar job but you're happier in. And it simultaneously will somehow raise your self-esteem, or you could begin a new diet with more organic vegetables, greens, eliminating gluten or inflammation causing processed foods, or even alcohol, and Vindi Matrix was already, is already pronounced on this day with the eclipse. And overall, by doing so, you can increase your vitality, your energy, you can look healthier, clear up your skin, and your work output, and you could just be glowing in that 10th house of high visibility. The outer trine that's happening is with Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune, finishing up a long story and stay in that 12th Capricorn house with Pluto, your 4th house with Taurus, Uranus, and your Pisces 2nd house with Neptune. At times and in subtle ways, you struggled over the years for sure with your earnings or feeling lost in how to proceed or make money. Maybe you've seen money dissolve or dissipate out of that 2nd house of banking. Pluto in the 12th could have seen you change at an unseen level, processing years of past life and subconscious patterns, a change in spirituality, travel to foreign shores, or maybe long hospital stays if you fell ill. To name a few, and possibly a hidden illness that came to light when Pluto started to come onto your ascendant. Your home could have changed several times, or you struggled to find a place that felt like home. I know I have moved several times since Uranus started transiting my 4th house. You could have had shakeups in the family issues as well. Now these planets are getting ready to move to new houses, but they want to leave you with a gift before they say goodbye and move to your 1st, Pluto, your 3rd, and your 5th houses. So Neptune will move to your 3rd and Uranus will move to your 5th. Uranus will be so much happier in that 5th house of Gemini. So I think in a lot of ways it's going to be much better for you. You could be finding a new home, maybe in a foreign shore, or you will in the coming months, or a property or a vacation place. Maybe a project you work on from home will become how you earn money, or you were working on a creative projects over the years behind closed doors away in that 12th house, which can be divine inspiration and divine, music or projects that you work on away from the public, and you'll soon bring it out to that public stage. And you can also start to show a different version of yourself, but it will be a much more empowered, stronger, and transformed version that people around you may not recognize with Pluto moving here. Beginning now, all these changes may show a new way that you earn money, a raise in your self-esteem and your bank account balance as well. A new home, a unique home, but one that you are becoming happy with, or you will. These changes could have come with a struggle, power imbalances, but that's all changing, especially with Lilith powering you up and Pluto. Watch out, world, because here comes Aqua. And just remember, this new birthing of you comes with so much atomic power. Use it for the good, use it to protect and defend, not to destroy, of course, unless it's to bring down abusers of people who harm the vulnerable. There will be a dark side to Aquarius. There is out there. There's a dark side to everything. Be sure to be the light bringers, and you will be rewarded. Saturn, the father of karma, rules us and Capricorn. And I think Caps can tell you a thing or two about the right use of power, as they say goodbye to Pluto in their first house. If used incorrectly, Saturn will bring you down. Quite literally, like Uranus, Saturn, a fall from the sky, you know, like a fall to the ground, or behind bars, as we are seeing that unfold. Sorry about the geese. Yeah, we're seeing that already with the elites and acting in the music industry. I need to say no more. I'm sure you all have seen it. And many powerful people who have abused their power and victimized others are being exposed at this time. So, yep, let's go. Do right and you will be rewarded, okay? Saturn does not mess around. There will be many Aquarius who will lead the people now and in the years to come to protect marginalized people. I do see the need to protect children, especially, and you will be given immense power to do so. There will be a grand trine between your first house, your fifth, and your ninth. The ninth house is a house of Dharma, and it's also where we create good karma through our actions now in this lifetime. Your fifth represents children, and your ninth. Yeah, the ninth is where we create the good karma, and we also receive it from actions in this lifetime. You are being handed a new slate, like a newborn starting to walk with an open road out in front of you. Just don't veer off into the pits on the side of the road. The full moon in Aries will happen in your third house, conjuncting Chiron and sextile by Jupiter and Gemini from your fifth house of creativity, love, luck, children. There could be healing around a third house communication issue, a new vehicle, some kind of healing with writing and speaking if you've had trouble with that where you live, the neighborhood. You could be completing and presenting a creative project or podcast or written book. Yeah, and you've definitely had a wound in that area since Chiron moved into that house. You could also be saying goodbye to something that no longer serves you, and it may be bittersweet as this full moon is receiving outer planet squares, but also some kind of luck from Jupiter, from that fifth house of creativity, romance, and children. Your children could be bringing you luck, or a children's book, or some kind of creative project that helps children somehow in your local neighborhood. Or online. You could also win a local lottery, and then you're able to move to a new neighborhood and money comes through that lucky fifth house that way. And yeah, your changes, there could be changes in how you think. Your thoughts and ideas can be healed at this time. If you found a new job and it involves communication, you could be cutting away from a sixth house humdrum mundane job that you no longer want to do and that doesn't serve you, with Mars and Cancer there. Mars cuts. If you still have to maintain that job, something that you have to do every day, and you can't leave it right now, you can find freedom or healing as you develop something in that third house area that will set you free. Like a book that will be published maybe by that new moon solar eclipse in Aries 6 months from now, March 29th, I believe, 2025. Get to work, Aquas. Take care. Happy Samhain, All Saints Day, Halloween, and El Dia de los Muertos. See you in November.